Hey Shazad, I wanted to make one more quick video for you um, for formatting and the blog posts. Um, because we writers like to write in Word, Word doesn't go over into the website like verbatim. It's not a one for one. So I wanted to go over a few pointers for formatting and then also a few SEO pointers for you. So when you add a new blog post, you can add some SEO elements into it to help you get found on Google. So all right, so here we go. A lot of people use Google Docs or Word on their computer to write their posts out, and I would recommend that because if you write the post in the back of WordPress first, you run the risk of the Wi-Fi going out and you losing your work. So it's good that you did it in in a Word document. So this is the blog post that you wrote, and you have the formatting here, which is great. So I'm going to show you sort of how it looks in a blog post. So let's say you have this and you copy and paste it. So what I would do if I were you is paste the Word document straight into the text area. So it removes any formatting in the Word document so nothing looks weird. And once you have it in text, it's going to look a lot like this, but without the HTML. But what you're going to do is you're going to format it in the visual side of the editor, which is a little bit more easy to do. For this, you're going to need to know a little bit of HTML, nothing crazy, just enough to do headers and bulleting and things like that. So with your blog post, you have these headers. So what we do in the post is we make them a header. So this is a header. It's an H2. It tells Google that it's an important, it's important. So so instead of an underline or bold or italicized, these would be highlighted and then marked as an H2. And so you can see over here in the text area that there's HTML around the header. So H2 closed. So there's a little HTML for you. So these are this is all properly, done. The only thing that I would add is some more keywords. So looking over this blog post and reading a little bit of it, it is geared towards the medical profession, which you're in. So let's see what we have. Medical. Yeah, I would add medical medical organization to make it a little bit more specific. Business of medicine. Practice, yeah, like practice and medicine. Add those into some of the headers, and I'll go into more of that. So like, for example, this section right here, which would be fine in a Word document, you can see that it just doesn't really make sense here. Well, we have A. So instead of this, turning into a 1 and a 1, what I would do is either turn this into a paragraph, so make this entire thing a paragraph, or I would just go in here, highlight it, and make it an unordered list. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or A, B, C, or D, it now becomes unordered. I would make this unordered, which is these bullet points right there. When you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it's ordered, but when it's not, it's unordered. And so when we look at the HTML in the back, you can see that the editor put in the HTML for us. So that's what I would do for here. Actionable steps to build your medical practice. It's a bit more specific and towards your target market. References, this is great. The only thing that I would change right here is if this is maybe an online article or PDF or website, you can link directly to it. Okay, so questions here at the bottom. Same thing. I would try to make this into a paragraph, or I would just do some different formatting on it. So this, I'm gonna go ahead and format a little bit differently. And I think you're okay there. And so here at the bottom, we have the SEO equipment back here. And Yoast SEO is just a tool that you can use to do SEO. It's not gonna magically rank your website for you. It does take work and it does take time to get these things up in Google. So this is the focus key phrase or keyword phrases we spoke about before. It's done after keyword research, but just skimming over this article and reading a little bit of it, I can come up with something close. We'll just say medical practice culture. I think that's just going to lead to pro, but let's say that's the focus key phrase. If you scroll down, it's going to show you what this post in particular looks like in the search results. Culture within your medical organization. So I would change it, make it a little bit So if someone was Googling exactly that, how to develop a culture in my medical practice, there's more of a chance that this website would pop up. Here's the slug. This is the permalink. It's what shows in the browser. And then the meta description, you can come up with your own meta description, or Google is going to automatically put the meta description in there. So for the meta description, I would definitely write a sentence that has your keywords in it. So there's an example of a meta description, medical practice, employees, grow your practice, stuff like that. So you have your keyword phrase in there, medical practice culture. Yeah, make sure you have your keyword phrase in there, and then you're good to go. It looks good. Hit update, and you're good to go.